Friends, welcome to my channel Forgotten Past. I am Prabuddha Biswas. Today I will speak on the topic The Wonder That Was Pataliputra. This is a three-part story. I will deal with part 1. Pataliputra or Patna is undoubtedly one of the most important cities of ancient India. But it is relatively young in age than many ancient towns like Takkashila, Pushkalavati, that is the town of Charsadda near Peshawar in the northwest, Hastinapura, Mathura, Kaushambi, Ayodhya, Sravasti and Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh, Vaishali, Champa, that is Bhagalpur and Rajagriha in Bihar. But hardly any other town has figured so prominently and for so long in the history of our large and ancient country as did the great Magadhan capital, Pataliputra of the ancient, Patna of the medieval, and Azimabad of the early modern period. The cities, towns or villages which once occupied the site of modern Patna had carried quite a large number of names in different periods of history, and most of them were in the name of flowers. The earliest to exist at the site seems to have been a small sprawling village with the name of Patali, Pataligrama, Padali or Patalipura, as mentioned in Buddhist and Jain traditions. Vayu Purana mentions the name of Pataliputra as Kusumpura. In Tatvarta Sutra of Umaswati, a celebrated Jain author who lived here in the 1st-2nd centuries AD, the place is described as Kusumpura. It literally means the city of flowers. Gargi Samhita names Pataliputra as Kusum Dhwaja or Pushpapura, a variant of Kusumpura. The modern name of Fulwari Sharif of a small hamlet near Patna is obviously a survival of the ancient name. One tradition says that in the time of Nandas, the name was Padmavati. It is under the Mauryans that the name of Pataliputra came in common use. Megasthenes in the court of Chandragupta Maurya mentioned Pataliputra with the Greek utterance of Palibotra. The celebrated Buddhist monk Himansang or the Xuanzang, who came to India in the 7th century, also knew it by the name of Pataliputra. Pataligrama was made the frontline outpost of Magad kingdom to keep vigil on the movement of the rival forces of Lichavis across river Ganges, who were for some time a source of great anxiety to King Ajatashatru of Rajagriha, who ruled between 495 to 470 BC. In the Buddhist Mahaparinirvana Sutta, it is mentioned that sometime before Buddha's death, he had noticed a fort being constructed by the side of the village of Patali under the orders of the king Ajatashatru of Rajagriha. Why? Because the site of modern Patna was then strategically more important than it is now. The great city of Pataliputra was between two rivers. First, river Ganges along the north, and second, the river Son flowed along the south and made river Ganges at Fatuha in the east. Now river Punpun flows through the southern edge of an old bed of Son. So Patna could command the river traffic coming down the Ganges, Son and Gandak. Sunidha and Vassakara, two ministers of Ajatashatru, therefore, decided to build a fort at what was then called Pataligrama. Significantly, Buddha could visualize the commercial importance of the future city of Pataliputra in the Patali Sutta, which forms part of Khuddaka Nikaya. Buddha quoted as saying that Pataliputra will emerge as the great metropolis, and also that its three enemies will be flood, fire and invasion. In the Digha Nikaya, Buddha confides to his favorite disciple Ananda that as the Aryans dwell and as far as the merchants travel, Pataliputra will be the foremost city. Hardly a generation later, Uday, a successor of grandson of Ajatashatru, shifted the capital from Rajagriha to Pataliputra. In ancient times, during 600 to 400 BC, the river Son flowed far to the east and joined the river Ganges near Fatua in the Patna district. The old course of the river Son may still be traced across the present-day Aurangabad and Arwal districts in a sandy depression forming a series of jhils in the rainy season. But gradually the river Son shifted towards the west during the last 2500 years, leaving its older beds and distributaries in east, which formed a unique defense system of canal network and moats of ancient Pataliputra and of medieval Patna. In the colonial period, English also utilized the old beds of Son to develop the drainage system of the linear city of Patna. More importantly, from what Megasthenes and other historical sources indicate, it seems clear that Pataliputra was the largest and the most important of the cities known to Indian antiquity. It was the first imperial capital of India under the Mauryas, credited to have a population of about 4 lakhs, that is somewhat more than the population of the Patna city in 1960s. A city with such vast dimensions and population and with a complex municipal organization never heard of before must have exercised a profound impression on the popular imagination of the time, which thus found expression through miraculous legends. From the account of Megasthenes it appears the city of Pataliputra was protected by massive timber palisades pierced by 64 gates and crowned by 570 towers, and further defended by a broad and deep moat, which served also as a city sewer. He mentions the royal palace of Chandragupta Maurya in the Pataliputra city as built of timber and pillars, gilded and adorned in silver and gold. The city covered an area of 80 stadia, that is little more than 9 miles long, and 15 stadia, that is 1.3 miles wide. City had already been surrounded by a halo of antiquity in the time of Megasthenes, though it was hardly 200 years old then, as it ascribes its origin to a divine founder, Heracles, that is Balaram, brother of Krishna. With this, we end part 1. Friends, if you have liked my deliberation, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. See you again in my next video. Thank you.